Good afternoon, everybody. I want to start by saying thanks to Keith for having me and allowing me to present to you guys today. You know, his dedication, hard work, and passion for this community is second to none. And I'm thankful to be able to call him a trusted colleague and mentor, as I'm sure many of you are. I also want to congratulate Keith on another successful WLPC. He and his team have continued to impress me. This is my third one. Some of you guys know me, many of you don't. I got started here 2 years ago, actually by fire. I think it was about my fifth day on the job at CWNP, and I was here, sitting right out there, getting grilled by GT and Keith and Kevin, or not Kevin, but Devin, and just a slew of other people. Anyway, it was trial by fire, and I'm always impressed at how well he does. So today I'm going to spend just a few minutes talking to you guys about where CWNP is today and where we're going in the next few years. So starting right now, we've got 8 active certifications. When I started 2 years ago, we had 7. We killed CWTS, as many of you know. It was a lifetime cert that made no sense being a technical cert with things that change. And we replaced that with CWS and CWT. A couple of interesting points I think about those. One, they're running right now, they've been out for about a year, and they're running 4x what our expected volume was the first year. So they're doing very well. But what's interesting to me is when we launched, I said, oh, CWS will the predictions were CWS would sell 2 to 1 on CWT. It's been the exact opposite. So Apple picking it up for their consultant network, of course, helped in that. And so CWT has just been a really good success. In my 2 years here, we've now refreshed all the other certifications. My first year, we refreshed CWNA. Last year, we did CWAP and DP, and that was where we started with the JTA program, the Job Task Analysis program. So we're no longer determining what the job description is and what the objectives are for the certification. We're putting that in the hands of the experts. The goal for that, or the reason for us doing these JTAs, is so we can seek accreditation for our certifications, which of course helps us with bigger business and with governments around the world. This year, a couple weeks ago, we did a refresh on CWSP. That'll be released later this year. We're in the process right now of doing a slight refresh on CWNE. Nothing substantial, we're just changing the way the process works a little bit. I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. Speaking of CWNEs, our CWNE count is growing. We just issued 307 a few days ago, as you all are aware. We're on par this year for at least 40 more. I'd like to say 60, but we'll see. The exams per year is growing. I'm really excited about those last 2 years there. And by the way, I don't own the company. I was hired to turn it around. So I can't give you guys exact numbers, but I can show you graphs, and that's what I'm doing here. And I think you can see by the graphs, the last 2 years have been pretty good. We're at the beginning of the hockey stick. My goal is to 5x or 10x this company in the next 3 to 5 years, and we're well on that path. Profit is another one. So 2015 was CWNP's best year, profit-wise. 2016 was not. Oddly enough, it was profitable that year. It's just, the number is so small that it didn't register a pixel on here. 2018, we more than doubled 2015's profit. So when I say CWNP is in a strong financial position, I mean it. It's in a strong financial position. CWNP is part of Certitrek, which is a portfolio of 7 other certification companies, 8 total. CWNP is in the top 4 of that. We have what we call the big 4 and the little 4. CWNP is one of the big 4. And it's my belief that CWNP has the greatest potential out of that portfolio to grow the most over the next few years. So let's talk about where we're going over the next few years. A few weeks ago, we had a JTA where we discussed a new certification called CWIP. That's dead. That's been renamed essentially to CWSA, which is the Certified Wireless Solutions Administrator. And it'll be launching later this year. We've got 2 more coming next year into professional level along that same track. I'm trying to get my back to work. It's probably going to keep going. Anyway, we've got CWSA, which is the administrator level, 4 professional level, and a new expert level certification coming to CWSE. The 4 in the middle will cover frequencies, systems, mobile, and connectivity. We do have names for those, but we're not ready to completely announce them yet. We're still in the trademark process of all this stuff too. So, as I mentioned, CWSA launches this year, 2 more professional level certs coming out next year, CWNA 108 next year. CWNA 108 will be the first one that goes through the JTA process. It's also the first certification that we expect to get our ANSI accreditation with. So where else are we going? We've got an updated CWNE process. That's starting now, should be launching within the next 2 weeks. It's a 100% online digital application. We're gonna start pairing upcoming CWNEs with existing CWNEs. More community building around the CWNE program. We own CWNE.com. We've never used it. We're gonna try to start using it. We're looking to help develop user groups. We're not looking to do them ourselves. We're looking to help foster that kind of growth there, early stages there, but it is something that we're looking into doing over the next year or 2. More effective marketing. I know all of you love our email marketing because we track how often you open it, and it isn't very good, but we understand. You know, it's kind of like when Domino's did the commercials, you know, we know our pizza tastes like cardboard. We know our emails are crap. We're working on that. I think you'll see the difference in that over the next 2 to 3 months extensively. We've started using MakesBridge and Marketo, and we're just changing all of that. The cadences, the drip campaigns, you name it. We're working on more, what do I got next? Better messaging. We've hired a director of marketing about 4 months ago, right there at Wi-Fi Trek. I brought him in to interview him at Trek. He started shortly thereafter. About a month ago, I hired a director of sales. That'll be more of the next bullet. We've hired an event planner to help us with all of our events. And we're expanding our marketing staff right now. I think we have a new guy starting this coming Monday, and we've got at least 2 more coming on in the next couple of months. So our messaging is, how can we better message? How can we explain who we are to a large world? When I came on board, CWNP only marketed to the individuals. Second was the ALCs. Third was the stakeholder or the decision maker at companies. And it was my belief that should be flipped around. The very first day I came on board, I fired one of our ALC salespeople, which are the only salespeople, is my understanding, that we've ever had. And the other 3 are no longer with the company either. We've stopped focusing on our ALC program, and we've started focusing more on B2B sales and making sure that the decision makers and the right people know the message. And I've just completely butchered that, but I didn't practice any of this. So put it more simply, our goal is to make sure that the people that are doing the hiring understand the value of the program. And if we do that, we grow the program and we increase salaries across the board is our goal, is our belief. So anyway, we're gonna focus more heavily on B2B sales, something we've never done. We're gonna be shaking up our ALC program somewhat. Gonna be having a summit in Vegas last week of May, first week in June for our ALC partners. We're also looking to start a channel partner program. Don't yet know exactly how this is going to play out, but that will happen this year. It's something when I hired Mark Bodner, our director of sales, a few weeks ago, that was one of the things I tasked him with working on immediately. And we're also working on strategic partnerships. I believe you guys saw Chuck this morning talk about our new partnership with Aruba. I'm looking at making some key strategic hires, more key strategic hires than we already have. And acquisitions are always on the table. Our portfolio is owned by Eli Global, which is a much larger company, and 122 portfolios, I think, is what we have now. We're just one. So the funds are there. We can do what we need to do to grow. My point in coming here today was when I spoke to Keith a couple of weeks ago, he mentioned that the community might not be aware of the strong position that CWNP is in. We are a small company. I don't think we're as small as some people think we are, but we are small. But we are, from a financial standpoint, very strong. We have an amazing group of people on the bus now, and we are moving forward in ways that the program has never moved forward with before. We've accomplished a lot in the 2 years I've been here, and I am overwhelmingly excited about what's to come in the next 3 to 5. And I hope to be back here next year to give another update. So thank you guys. That's all.